Okay, hopefully whether you're on a phone or a laptop, you should be able to hear me or see me at least. And if you want to ask any questions or anything like that, there is a chat function, which should be at the bottom of your laptop or on the bottom of your phone. Everybody's muted, so you won't have any background noise or anything like that. And the call is only like really quick overview of the products and the business opportunity. So for me, I just want to introduce myself and say my name is Emma Snedden. Thank you so much for jumping onto this call tonight. This is a bi-weekly call that I do every Wednesday and every Sunday night that anybody can jump onto and watch and listen from the comfort of your own homes. You don't even have to leave the house to find out a little bit more about our product or our business opportunity. You can always share this link with anybody in your friendship group, your friends or family or work colleagues, if you want them to take a look at the product or the business opportunity as well. It's the same code every Sunday night and then a different code, but the same code every Wednesday as well. So thanks for taking the time to jump on the call. I really appreciate that. All I want to do is talk to you about why this business and why the products just make sense. And so very quick overview of what the products are and why they just make sense, and the same about the business opportunity and why that just makes sense. So when I came across these products 4 years ago, so I've been taking the product now for 4 years, I was a busy working mum. I had a corporate job. I worked probably 80 or 90 hours a week, every single week, excuse me, every single week. So I didn't really look after my own nutrition. So obviously we're all aware what we're supposed to eat, 5, 7 fruits and vegetables every single day. But to be honest, ask yourself these questions. Do you eat enough fruit and vegetables every single day, 365 days a year? Do you even eat your 5 to 7 portions? And for the vast majority of the population, the answer to that question is no. So we know we're supposed to do it, but we still don't do it because it's expensive and it's messy and it's inconvenient, and we just don't get around to it. And that's why the government only recommend 5 to 7 portions. You actually need a lot more than that. But because none of us, or very few of us, actually even manage 5 to 7, they don't want to tell you that really it's more like 15 to 20 that you really need. So that was question one. Ask yourself that. Do you eat enough fruit and veg every single day? The second question, and these were questions that I was asked 4 years ago, and that's why I started taking the product. The second question is, what's the variety of the fruit and veg that you do get? So I was like, I eat a vegetable soup every day, I have some fruit. And then their question was, what was the variety in that? And I thought, well, probably the same 5, 6 or 7 fruit and veg every day. And actually what we really need is a big variety of fruit and veg, and it's the orchestra effect of those all working together. So my variety was not great. I didn't have a massive repertoire that I ate every single day. And then the third question I'd ask you to ask yourselves is, what's the quality of the fruit and veg like that you do eat? So for the vast majority of us in the UK and across Europe and most of Asia, the products that we finally eat or buy from the supermarket or the green grocers, they've travelled many, many, many air miles very often to be on our shelves, because we have an expectation of all year round strawberries and an expectation of all year round bananas and an expectation that whatever fruit and veg we want, we should be able to get when we go to the supermarket. In order for that to be the case, they need to be picked before they're ripe, so they're grown often at speed, faster than they're supposed to be grown, and they're picked before they're ripe so that they travel the distance that they need to travel. So if your strawberries are from Egypt and you're in Manchester, obviously that strawberry, by the time you pick it off the shelf in Tesco or the greengrocers, has travelled many, many air miles to be there. So the nutritional quality of that product is pretty poor. So actually, there's a stat that goes around that there's something like, for one apple now, to have the nutrition that one apple used to have 15 years ago, you need to eat 8 apples now. And that's just because of our kind of, I call it the microwave generation. We want it hot, we want it fast, and we want it now, and we want everything immediately. So because of that change in our dynamic, the people's quantity of fruit and veg that they eat is pretty poor. The variety that they eat is pretty poor. And then the nutritional quality of what we do eat is also pretty poor. So for me, when I came across this, and I was like, oh, okay, so even what I do eat, there's a reason why I'm tired. So my Facebook is full of tired, ill people. My school run is full of tired, ill people. Was all these mums right around us and people around us, everybody was tired. And me, I was exhausted all the time, dragging myself around, snooze button on my phone all the time. We're not meant to be like that. We're supposed to be able to function on the amount of, on the food that we eat should fuel us for the day that we live. And for the vast majority of the population, it doesn't. And that was definitely me. At 36, I was like, I'm definitely not, functioning the way that I should. So my personal trainer introduced me to this product, which is called Juice Plus. It's very simple concept, right? It's not rocket science. It's literally fruit, veg and berries in a capsule format. So let me just show you what the product looks like. Oops. So this is the fruit one. It's a capsule like this. So it's about the size of a small fingernail, right? And in there, you take 2 fruit, 2 veg, 2 berries every single day with plenty of water. Right? I drink a lot of water. I don't go anywhere without one of these. Think about what health specialists, doctors, etc. would recommend. When you go and see a doctor, they'll say to you, take more exercise, drink more water, and eat more fruit and veg, right? So we can take more exercise and we can try and drink more water, but it's quite difficult to eat a lot more fruit and veg, and it's difficult to get the variety for all the reasons that I said before and the nutritional quality that we need. This product just bridges that gap in a really easy to consume, affordable format. 30 different fruit, veg and berries in here. So have a listen to what's in. I won't go through all of them, but ask yourself if you eat these every single day, 365 days a year currently. So in the strawberry one, the fruit one, we've got cranberries, oranges, cherries, pineapples, peaches, papayas, dates, prunes. I probably have had prunes maybe once in my life. Certainly not something that I ate every day. Vegetables. Listen, do you know what I do, or have always done, with broccoli and cabbage, for example? If I ever even ate cabbage, you boil it or steam it. So the nutritional quality that was in there, whatever was left in it, then goes into the water that we chuck down the sink. So things like broccoli, we think we're doing all right. We think we're serving broccoli and we're eating okay, but actually the nutritional quality of it is poor when you buy it, and what's left of it we chuck down the sink. So for me, this product was just a no-brainer for a family. I don't know anybody who eats most vegetables. So in the vegetable one, we've got, for example, carrots, parsley, broccoli, spinach, kale, tomatoes, garlic, cabbage. Like, I never eat carrots, it's rank. I don't even like it. But this means that I don't have to worry about the fact that I maybe eat it at Christmas or once or twice a year, because I'm getting it every day. This product here, the berry capsules, are brilliant for your skin health particularly. There's actually a study into the capsules, the premium capsules, which is the 3 together, that proves that people who take Juice Plus capsules have better skin density and better skin quality. And the product they're also really good actually for your cardiovascular health, so for your heart health, which as we're getting older is really, really important. So sometimes we can't see, we spend money on lotions and potions to put them on our skin, and we drink water because we know that it's important, like what we put into our bodies is actually what comes out. So if you've got bright eyes and good skin, it's because of what you put in your body. It's very, very little impact that an expensive face cream can have. This product is amazing for your skin. So what have we got in here? Grapes, berries, we've got pomegranate, blueberry, bilberry, blackberry, elderberry, raspberry, cranberry, blackcurrant. Every berry that you can think of, basically. So for me, I've been taking the 30 different varieties of fruit, veg and berries every single day for 4 years next month. And the impact that had on me very quickly was that I started to, what probably took about 2 to 3 weeks, just noticed I had more energy. I was awake later at night. Like I said, I used to work 80 to 90 hours a week. So I used to fall asleep. If I was at home, I would fall asleep at 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock at night, reading this story to the children. They'd be wide awake, I'd be fast asleep. I was exhausted all the time, dragging myself through the days. This product changed that for me. I just started to feel better all the time. So that was a massive thing. As a busy working mum, it just gave me my evenings back, gave me my life back, and I absolutely loved that about it. I haven't had a cough, a cold, a splutter, an illness of any sort, and I've got kids and I'm around kids all the time and I don't pick anything up. So that for me is giving me just the belief in the product, because I know that I take it for myself. But also what I love about it is it's what's called bioavailable. So what that means is it's food. So it's not a vitamin supplement. It's not like something you're going to get in Tesco or Holland & Barrett or anything like that. This is food. It's whole food nutrition. So because it's food, when you take that product in the morning, your body recognizes it and knows what to do with it and just disperses it around your body. Yep, that's food. I know, we know what that is. That goes there. And within 5 minutes of taking Juice Plus, 95% of it is absorbed by your body. People take vitamins and multivitamins. You may as well just chuck them down the toilet in the morning as consume them, because they're man-made and synthetic and your body doesn't recognize them and doesn't know what to do with that. So this product for me, why I love it, is because it's food. But not only am I looking after my own health through taking Juice Plus, I also am able to look after the health of my children. So as soon as I realised that this product was available too, I jumped on board and placed. So this is the Juice Plus chewables. So this product here, let me show you, is exactly the same 30 varieties of fruit, veg and berries, but in a chewable format. So when I started taking the capsules, my little ones were 3 and 6. Then I was 7 today, and 9, and the eldest is 19. So this is what the chewable ones look like. They're literally like a little soft gummy chew, simply. Okay, the same varieties, but in an easy to consume format for children. They have 2 of those every single day, 2 each, 2 fruit, 2 veg, 2 berries. My children have as well, every day before they go out to school. Find me a mum who doesn't struggle at all ever to get their children to eat fruit, veg and berries. Eat vegetables particularly. Kids are fussy, and we're always standing over our kids trying to get them to eat. But even better than that, because I got this product from me and my husband, we get the children's product for free. So we don't even have to pay for that nutrition for our children. It comes free as part of what's called the Children's Health Study. So Juice Plus has over 30 peer-reviewed, gold standard medical studies that prove that it does what we say it does. Now, I take the product and I feel amazing. And I know that if you take the product, you will feel amazing too. I can hand on heart, look you in the eye and say that. But I also know that there's 35 peer-reviewed with another 5 on the way medical studies that back that up as well. It's like a nutritional safety belt. And one of those is the Child Health Study, which is the biggest independent study in the world into children's health. What is the impact of good nutrition on children's health? And my experience with my children is exactly what this study shows, which is they drink more water, they have less days off school, they have fewer doctor's visits. My children didn't even know that we had a family doctor, and they're now, 7 and 9, and they didn't even know we had a family doctor. We had to fill in a form at the gym the other day and put our family doctor's name on, and my daughter, who's 9, just said, well, we haven't got a family doctor. But yeah, we have, we never need to go. So at 9, there's very, very few children, in my experience, who don't take Juice Plus, who don't realise that, they never get a cold, never get ill. They haven't had a day off school in nearly 3.5 years. So for me, just an absolute no-brainer. The final product, which I've got down here, is this, which is the Juice Plus Complete. Now, I absolutely love this product. This was my entry point, actually, in January 2013, because as a busy mum, I didn't eat breakfast, right? And that's very common. I think it's something like 70% of the population don't eat breakfast. So a really high number, and that's because we just don't get around to it. Like everything else, we don't have time. So when my personal trainer said to me, I would much prefer, Emma, that you have this than a cup of coffee and a slice of toast running out the door. And for me, what I love about this is it tastes amazing. So that was important. What does it taste like? Big tick in the box. It comes in chocolate and vanilla. The second question was, how can I make it quick? Less than 60 seconds, non-dairy milk, run out the door, done. Big tick in the box. Fills me up, right? You hear these shake diets and stuff, and I was like, I'm not going on a shake diet. I'm not interested in that kind of thing. But actually, I dropped some body fat. I dropped a bit of weight by adding this into my diet because I was starting my day properly. But what it did was it filled me up till lunch healthy, in a healthy way. So it's vegan, it's non-GMO, it's low GI, plant-based protein. There's no nasties in it, there's no crap in it. So it's really good quality plant-based protein. So it really filled me up. It tasted great. It's really quick, and I still have it every single day. You can use it in so many different ways. You can use it for weight gain, weight loss. My husband has 3 or 4 a day before and after the gym, for post-workout recovery. So it can be used in so many different ways. But it's even just as a mid-afternoon snack. If you're a muffin grabber, or you're the kind of person who's always like I was, I call myself a prowler. I was always looking, opening the fridge door, nothing there that I want or that I can have or whatever. This is perfect for those like mid-afternoon slumps that people might get. So for me, the product is an absolute no-brainer. It's absolutely changed my health. It's changed my family's health. Everybody in my family, from the youngest to the oldest, from the 3-year-old to the 8-year-old, and everybody in between, takes 1 or more of the Juice Plus products, because they do make you feel amazing. And it's just natural, plant-based, clinically proven product that's just fruit, veg and berries in an easy to consume format. So it's a no-brainer for me. And because I absolutely love the product, the business opportunity kind of landed on my lap after I started taking the product. So I was a happy customer first, absolutely loved the product, was evangelical about it to my friends, to my family, to my people like the nursery nurses. I would drop my son off in the morning at nursery at like 8 o'clock or 5 to 8. He was always the first in and the last picked up, because I was always working really long hours. And I would, I live in Manchester, I would drive to like London or Cardiff or Dundee or anywhere in the country, have a meeting for an hour, really stressful, drive back, pick him up, and I'd still come bouncing in the door at 6 o'clock. And people used to say to me, oh my God, like, you've got so much energy. What are you doing? I take this product. It's amazing. What is it? It's called Juice Plus. Brilliant. How can I get it? My friend can get it for you. So I was naturally recommending it. And that's what I want you to think about. When I talk about this business just makes sense, like the product makes sense. How do you make currently purchasing decisions and decisions about services that you use at the moment? Most of us, the vast majority of the population, we make decisions based on word of mouth. Where do your friends like to go? What gym do they use? What films have they been to see? What restaurants have they gone to? What products do they take? What skin cream do they use? What shampoo do they use? Nail technicians, hairdressers. Word of mouth marketing is the way that we as grown-ups and even children, but we make decisions about what we do and don't do in our lives based on what our friends do and don't do. And not even just our friends. Look at things like TripAdvisor. Look at things like reviews on Facebook. We will make a decision about where we want to go on holiday by looking at TripAdvisor and taking advice from somebody who's been there, whether we know them or not. And constantly on my phone, I get messages from Facebook saying, would you like to leave a review for this place? The reason for that is because that's how we make decisions as grown-ups. Word of mouth marketing. So I was recommending this product like I recommend lots of other things to people, and again, not getting paid for it. The number of people I've sent to my nail technician, the girl who does my nails, is great. But people see my nails all the time and say, where do you get them done? And I send people to Katie to get them. She's never paid me for that. She's never given me anything for that. But she's obviously gained customers from my recommendation. This business is that, but you get paid for it. So for me, if you're recommending a product anyway, and you're taking a product anyway, and you're feeling the benefit anyway, if you're going to do that, you may as well put yourself in a situation where for just £50 in the UK, 60 euros across Europe, 365 dirham for those of you who are in the UAE, you can own your own business, be your own boss for 50 quid. That's it. And you're recommending a product that is proven, that's provided for you, the research is done, the product's made, stored, warehouse, delivered direct to the customer's door, the money is taken from the customer by the company, you don't have to handle any money, you don't have to handle any stock, you're not buying this and selling it on, you're literally just recommending it to people. And when they decide to buy it, the company pays you a commission. That's it. It's incredibly simple to do. And you build a team of people, the same. You teach people how to do that. Building your friends and family, happy customers, bring them in and teach them how to tell other people about a product, which they are doing anyway. And you get paid a commission for that as well. Not for bringing the person in, but for when they get customers, you get paid a commission for that. So we get paid in 3 ways. We get paid for customers, we get paid for building a team who have customers, and then we also have an amazing bonus plan where you can earn £80,000 worth of bonuses from top to bottom. There's like, the first one is 300, the second one is 900, the third one is 1800, and so on. It adds up to 80,000. I know that they're real because I earned every single one of them in my first 12 months in this business. And the upshot of that was I was able to leave that full-time corporate job where I used to work 80, 90 hours a week. I didn't need to do it anymore because I was earning twice as much part-time, a few hours a day doing this versus 90 hours a week doing that. So twice as much part-time doing this in a few hours a day versus 90 hours a week what I was doing, which took me away from my family, took me away from my children. I wasn't a parent, I was a provider. I didn't spend any time with them. I was out of the house all the time, and that was never going to change. I will always ask people to look at, is what you're doing with your life right now ever going to take you to a place of financial independence, or even in a reasonable amount of time going to take you to a place of financial independence where you can choose where you live and work, you can choose when you work, you can choose who you want to work with, you can do what you want, whenever you want, with whoever you want, for as long as you want. Is what you're doing right now taking you to a place where you can live your life like that? Because that's what we're offering with this business opportunity. It's totally real, it's totally normal, people. You can see me, I'm actually in my pajamas, in my kitchen, I've still got the birthday balloons behind me from today. This business is just totally normal people like you, like me, doing this business on their mobile phones. I've built my entire business from my phone. I didn't even think I got a laptop until I left my corporate job. You don't need any special skills. You don't need to be any kind of special kind of person. You just need to have a passion to want something a little bit better for you and your family. It can be a small additional part-time income, like 100, 200. £500 a month, if you can earn £500 a month part-time doing this from your mobile phone in your own time, fits around you, fits around your kids, fits around your life, just slots into your life, £500 a month is £6,000 a year. On top of what you're already doing, fits around your life, fits around your kids and everything. I don't know anybody who's £6,000 a year wouldn't be a good family holiday, pay off some bills, maybe pay your rent or your mortgage. Even if that's all you ever wanted to do and just stayed a small little additional part-time income, which it is for a lot of people, that's amazing. Or if you really want to get stuck in, and like I did, I was like, well, if you can be a millionaire, then I'm going to do that. Then you can do that. You can earn £10,000 a month, £20,000 a month, or whatever, on and on and on above that. The opportunity is what we call limitless. So the environment I was working in was like, I call it like this, was very limited. So whatever, it doesn't just have to be a career, jobs tend to be pretty limited. So that's why I say, is where you're going to take you to a place of financial independence? Because for the vast majority of people, you kind of get stuck, because even when you progress through a company, there's fewer and fewer positions available as you get more and more senior. So the path I was heading down was taking me more and more out of the home and away from my family, and more stress in our lives. And for what, a couple of grand extra a year? It just wasn't what I wanted to do. But I didn't know until this opportunity was presented to me, like I'm presenting it to you, that there was another way, that there was a better way. And I promise you, this is a better way for me. And I'm sure for a lot of you, it will be a better way also. So when I was in a limited environment, when I saw this, is the opposite. Completely uncapped, completely limitless. Can be a small little additional income, 100, 200, 300 pound a month, right up to whatever number you can think of, you can earn with this business. It could take you 5 years, it could take you 10 years, it could take you 5 months, I don't know, right? That bit's down to you. What you do, you get paid for. So you get paid for taking action, you get paid for bringing in customers, you get paid for teaching team members to bring in customers. It's very simple, and I promise you, if I can do this business, you can do this business. You don't need to be any kind of special person. I've not got any, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a personal trainer, a nutritionist, nothing like that. I just took the product, I take the product every single day, and I love it, and I feel the benefits, and I share that with other people on social media and in real life, in real conversations. It's honestly that simple. There's 4 elements to the business. There's the retail element, which is tiny, which is just putting an order through on your phone. Second element is mail order. So like I said before, everything is done for you by the company. So you don't have to buy a product, store a product, sell a product on, anything like that. None of the stuff, which in my head was the reason why I said no for so long to it, because I thought it was going to take up loads of time, that it was going to be, delivering stock and handling money. You don't have to do anything like that. Everything, for your 50 quid, you get an online office and a website, and everything else is done for you by the company. They do all the donkey work that's involved in normally owning your own business. You've got no overheads, no staff, no costs, nothing. You pay your 50 quid and that's it, right? You've got no risk attached to this whatsoever. The worst case scenario, sometimes people say to me, what's the catch? The worst case thing that could happen to you is you pay your £50 to join the business, you do nothing, and then that's the 50, the 50 quid wasn't worth it. But if you take some action and take the product and share it with other people, by the time you get, I think it's 4 or 5 customers, you'll have earned that 50 quid back. That's it. Everything else is profit. No catch to it at all, right? Other than maybe a few people don't understand what it is. That's it. So it's really super simple. It's absolutely brilliant. It's changed my life. Like I said, I was able to leave that full-time job in less than a year. I was able to walk away from a career that I'd spent probably 15, 16 years building, because this just was so much better. I went from being, like I said, a provider to being a parent. I now take my kids to school at 9 o'clock instead of the childminders at 8. I now pick my children up from school myself every day at 3 o'clock instead of 6 o'clock from childcare. So their day is now 6 hours instead of 9 or 10 hours in childcare. Me and my husband, because I was able to retire him as well from his full-time job. So both of us now do whatever we want, whenever we want. We go to the gym, we drop the kids at school, we go out for lunch, we build a little business from our phones for a couple of hours a day. That's it. That is massively improved every single aspect of our lives, and I know that it can do the same for you, because I've got a team of about, 5,000 or 6,000 all around the world. You can build this business anywhere in the world in which we operate. We operate in 24 countries. I've just come back from Dubai. We've just opened the business in Dubai and the United Arab Emirates. So if you know somebody who lives out there, you can build a business and get paid from out there. If you've got friends in Australia, Canada, New Zealand, America, France, Spain, all over the world. It's not just where you live. You might know somebody who knows somebody who lives in Canada, and you can build a business out there. It's just incredible. I remember when I first joined, I was like, how many people can I sign up? I said, as many as you want, as many as I want. Like, do I have to do anything? No, nothing. You can bring in as many people as you want, and you can offer them this opportunity, and you can offer them the product, and that's it. Really incredibly simple. Okay, so what I want to do just before we finish is I would love to bring on Emily just to share her story if she's on the line. Not sure she is there. Yes, thank you. Hi, babe.
Hi.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I've just got out. This is why I do what we do, so I can live in my pajamas.
So my entire business in my pajamas, so you're in good company. So yeah, if you could just quickly share your story for us, Emily. Just how did you get involved in the business and the product, and what's it done for you? That would be great. Thanks.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So a year ago now, so it was like the beginning of last January. I came across the products. A little bit similar to Emma, I was just knackered all the time. So I was one of those people that I'd literally just sleep whenever I had a chance. So I'd come in from work and I'd fall asleep on the sofa. I'd wake back up to go back to bed, like snoozing my alarm in the morning. I was just constantly knackered all the time. Had really bad skin at the time as well, and I'd also suffered with alopecia earlier on that year. And the products were just literally life-changing. I think I must gain like an extra 5 or 6 hours a day now that I never used to get just from having a bit more energy. But yeah, and even like illness-wise, like my partner used to get tonsillitis all the time. Touch wood, he hadn't had that in a year now. I must admit, I got a little bit of a sniffle yesterday morning for the first time in a year, and I was like, oh my God, I can't cope with this. So I literally like doubled up, and as you can tell, I'm absolutely fine now. So illness-wise, have been incredible as well. Obviously came across the business at the same time. I'd always been really, really ambitious, but never knew what to do with it. So I'd sort of stumbled into retail management and assumed that was sort of the way we were going to build our lives, which was great. Like, we were doing well, but we never saw each other. My partner worked 9 to 5, I worked late night for weekends, and just got ourselves into a bit of a rut, really. So as I came across this opportunity, unfortunately, at the end of the same month, my mum passed away. And I know now that this business came into my life at that time for that reason. And when I saw the people and the opportunity, I was just absolutely blown away. And just obviously absolutely just ran with it. And I'd never not do it now. It's been life-changing. But just like Emma was saying, it was very much, especially in retail, it's like one big promotion maybe every like 5 or 6 years. That if you're lucky. Whereas obviously I came across this and just realised that it was completely the effort you put in, you get back out. And yeah, it's been absolutely life-changing. With just everything about my life is just better and healthier and fantastic. Absolutely love it.
Brilliant. Thanks very much. I really appreciate you jumping on, Emily, in your pajamas. And honestly, that's such a good example of what we do. It's so simple. You can build this business from your mobile phone, in your pajamas, from home. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to do anything, taxing. You don't have to. You can step outside of your comfort zone, but the growth that you'll get, the friendships that you'll make, and the money that you can earn can be life-changing for you if you want to get involved. So for me, once I knew this was possible, once I'd seen it, and if this is the first time that you've seen it, it's very hard to unsee it, if that makes sense. So once you know that there's a better way, when you go to work tomorrow or the next day or the next time that you're feeling poorly or whatever, this will maybe just be there in the back of your mind. And so for me, I just want to say thank you so much for coming along and taking a look tonight. If you want to find out some more information, go back to the person who invited you on this call and ask the questions. I expect that you will have lots of questions. I did. But all you need to remember is anybody can do it. It's not complicated. The product is 27 years old, clinically proven, amazing product that will give you fantastic health benefits. The business, the company's over 40 years old. You'll never come to any harm. There's no risk attached to what we do whatsoever. No financial risk, emotional risk, or anything. You can only do good and feel good and have good with this company. And I can tell you that with my hand on my heart and looking you square in the face, honestly. So thank you very much for taking a look. If you want to ask me any questions, please feel free to inbox me on Facebook. My name is Emma Snedden. If not, thank you for taking a look. I'm on here again on Wednesday and again on Sunday night. Please share this with your friends and family. Night. Thanks, Emily, a few times as well.